Hi, it's Brit McDonald with Brit McDonald Realty. Today I'm going to talk to you about the 5 most costly mistakes that sellers make before listing and putting their property on the market. 1. Making personal changes to the home versus appealing to the widest possible audience. It's very normal to want to do some renovations to increase the value of your property. You want to make sure though that these changes are going to appeal to the widest possible audience and the masses versus catering to your needs and your wants. If there's something that you're looking to do, you might want to try that on your next property and not the one that you're looking to sell for the most amount of money. 2, having some personal items around the house. That is photos, right? So we all have memories. We want to create those, capture those memories and we want to be reminded of them. But when you're putting your property on the market, the last thing you want to do is to remind the buyers that they're walking into someone else's home. The buyers want to be able to envision themselves living in the property. They want to be able to walk freely. They don't want to be reminded of the fact that they are in someone else's house. They want to be able to imagine themselves living there. So you want to be very, very careful with that. I would suggest getting the stage you're in and having those photos taken down, those personal items taken off the shelf and replaced with something that has neutral tones that could appeal to the widest possible audience and will neutralize that. Number 3, being there during showings. Again, buyers do want to be able to walk around the property freely. There's pros and cons with every home that they're looking at. So they want to discuss with their agent some of the things that they could change, what that cost might be, and also the pros of the property that they're visiting. They're not going to be able to walk around the property freely or have those in-depth conversations with the agent while they're there and are in the house because they might be thinking about who's listening, right? Which would be the seller. Number 4, not having your airflow, your air temperature regulated. The last thing you want is a buyer coming into the property and going, oh my gosh, it is freezing. Is that heat on? What's the temperature? Where are the vents? How old's the HVAC? How old's the furnace? And start to calculate things in their mind and ultimately start to take things off of the price down. Take the purchase price down. And that's something that you don't want. So just make sure, 21.5 is the general regulation. So keep the temperature at 21.5, make sure there's good airflow, and actually number 5, fragrance. So not too much fragrance and maybe not enough fragrance. So you want something neutral. I might suggest vanilla, cotton, or linen, and it not be too strong. So, everybody has different levels of sensitivity. The last thing you want is a buyer coming in the property and saying, wow, this is a very strong scent, and then what are they trying to mask? What's going on here? So these are the 5 things that actually a lot of people don't think about, but they are really important. You want to make sure that it's a good, enjoyable experience. The buyer can walk around the property freely, and your renovations that you have done do appeal to the widest possible audience, and that's function, flow, design, and neutral tones. Any personal items that you have, any family photos, please take them down, have them replaced with mirrors and paintings that brighten up the room, make the room appear larger. Again, neutral tones are important. And making sure that it's not too hot, not too cold, and the fragrance, it smells pretty good, but it's not overbearing. So, it's a balance, it really is. But these are the 5 things that are extremely important that could affect the value of your home and will definitely affect the showing process, as well as your house being on the market for a little bit too longer than it needs to be, which will ultimately bring down the price. Anyway, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, Brit McDonald, Brit McDonald Realty.